Hey everyone, welcome. Let me show you how to make some authentic Somali sugo, also known as pasta sauce. So the first thing I did was heat up my pot, add in there some olive oil, and then some ground beef, or you can do ground turkey. Break down the meat and let it brown. And then you're going to add in there some diced white onion, cilantro and garlic mix, tomato paste. Give that a good mix, let that saute for a few minutes. And then you're going to add in there some potato and carrots. This is optional. Give that a good mix, and then tomato sauce. I don't like the flavor of pasta sauce, so I would definitely recommend tomato sauce. And then season this really well. Add in there a little bit of sugar to help balance out the acidity from the tomatoes. Some chicken bouillon or some salt. Give that a good mix. Cover and let this simmer slowly until the sauce is thoroughly cooked. Add some green pepper, and then it's time to serve. I served it with some smoothie, a salad, and like a true Somali, of course, a banana, and then it's time to enjoy. I hope you guys give this recipe a try. So delicious.
Quick and easy. Somali Kanyero recipe. This is by no means the traditional Somali way of making kanyero, but it's what I find works best for me. Start with 600 milliliter seconds of warm water. Add 1 egg, half a cup of sugar, 1 teaspoon of salt, 4 cups of self-rising flour. Blend well in a blender. Get the pan smoking hot before pouring in the mixture, and make swirly pattern like so. These ingredients yields around 10 kanjiros. I'm serving mine with Dalek Bilish today. How do you enjoy your kanyero?
Guys, here's how you make my absolute favorite dish. It's called basto isku karis in Somali. I beg my mom to make this every single day, and today she finally made it, so I'm going to share her recipe with you guys. You want to start off by cooking down 1 onion and a cinnamon stick. Then you want to add your meat. She used 1 kilo lamb in this recipe. Then you want to add your chopped tomato and garlic and mix that all together. Then you want to add cumin, black pepper, all-purpose seasoning, and turmeric. Mix that all together, and then you want to add coriander and curry powder. When it's all cooked, you want to add your pasta with your pasta water, put the lid on and let that sit for a little bit. After a little bit, the pasta sauce will have reduced to this and it's ready to serve. This is how it looked on the table. I had it with some salad, some bispas, and a banana, of course.
This right here is one of my Ramadan favorites, but let me show you a foolproof recipe. In a bowl, add in sugar, oil, some fast action yeast, and some warm milk, and whisk until the yeast dissolves. Add in some plain flour, and then we're going to mix it and then knead it very well. And you want to form it into a ball. Add it to a oiled bowl, cover and place in a dark, warm area. The goal is for the dough to double in size like so. This is what's going to make the dough super fluffy once we fry it. Roll it out onto a floured surface and then divide them into smaller balls. Should give you about 4 to 6 balls depending on how thin you want it. Add some more flour and then roll them out. And then just cut them up into whatever shapes you like. I like triangles, I also like squares or circles. Add more flour and then they're ready for frying. You want to spoon over some of that oil just to help them puff up like so. Flip them over just to get them brown on both sides, and that's it. They're fantastic to enjoy plain like so, but I absolutely love them with a heaping amount of icing sugar. You can even stuff them with custard if you're being cheeky, and that's it. They're so incredibly tasty, so easy, and just look how fluffy they are.
As promised, here's my Somali rice recipe. This is the brand of rice that I use. It's called 5 Star. You can honestly use any long grain basmati sella rice. That will be just fine. Make sure you wash your rice thoroughly with some water to take away all the starch and impurities, and you let it soak for at least 1 hour. These are the ingredients for my green sauce. I will also put them on the screen, but I use this in all my savory dishes as well, not just rice. Then I take some flavorless oil and I start off with some low heat. I use enough oil to kind of cover the base of the pot. This is half a chopped onion, finely diced. I just let it sit on low heat until translucent. I then add 2 tablespoons of the green sauce. You don't need any more than 2 tablespoons, so I just use that. As we all know, Somali rice is very, very aromatic, so these are the aromatics that I use to keep it smelling. 10 out of 10. And I'll put that on the screen as well. Looking back at these clips, I definitely was way too heavy-handed with the spices, so you don't need to use nearly as much as I did. About 2 tablespoons is good enough, even one. I then add my soaked and dried rice. At this point, I crank up the heat, take it up to 6 or 7, and I add in my 2.5 Maggi cubes with some hot boiling water. What we're not gonna do is dash the cubes in there directly because it'll leave little chunks and it'll create salty spots in your rice. Looking back at the clips, I added more water than I initially thought I did. So here I have 3 cups of soaked and washed rice. I added 4 cups of boiling hot water until it levels up basically. The water starts boiling, that's an indicator that you should put your heat back on low. You add your food coloring in, wrap up the lid in tinfoil to cover up the air holes and let it finish off in the oven or on the stovetop for 15 to 20 minutes. I fluff it up, close the lid for another 10, and then it's gonna be ready to serve.
Today, we've got Somali bajia, but a much easier method. I'm using yellow split peas. You just want to soak them for a couple of hours in hot water. Throw in a blender with some onion, chili, garlic, cumin, pepper, and some water. You just want to blend that. You don't want to blend it too much. You can even use a hand blender. I forgot to add salt. Oops, add that. You don't have to, but I add a tablespoon of self-raising flour, and then you just want to form them into balls and deep fry them until golden brown like this. And that's it. Enjoy it with some Somali bispas and enjoy.
Oh my love, oh my love, oxygen, oh my love.